We often hear phrases like objective knowledge, neutral research, value-free facts. These phrases suggest that knowledge can stand above history, politics, and perspective. But in the humanities, neutrality is not a starting point. It is a question. So instead of asking whether knowledge is biased or not, we should ask, how does knowledge come to be treated as authoritative? To say that knowledge is not neutral does not mean that facts do not matter. And it does not mean that all knowledge is propaganda. It means something more precise. Knowledge is always produced in a language within institutions through particular methods and for particular audiences. Claims to neutrality often appear after knowledge is produced as a way of strengthening its authority. Neutrality in this sense is not a condition. It is a claim. Consider how problems are defined. In public debate, the way a problem is framed often determines which solutions are considered reasonable. If poverty is framed as an individual failure, the response looks very different than if it is framed as a structural condition. The same applies to research. What questions are asked, which variables are measured, and what counts as evidence all shape what becomes visible as knowledge. By the time knowledge reaches the public, many interpretive decisions have already been made, quietly and often invisibly. These decisions do not happen in isolation. They are shaped by institutions, funding priorities, languages of publication, and global inequalities. Some forms of knowledge circulate easily and gain authority. Others remain local, marginal, or are dismissed as anecdotal. When one perspective is treated as universal, others are often labeled as contextual or subjective. This asymmetry is not accidental. It reflects power. How we understand neutrality affects which experts are trusted, which voices are amplified, and which disagreements are seen as legitimate. When knowledge presents itself as neutral too quickly, it discourages questioning. Critical engagement does not mean rejecting expertise. It means learning to ask, from where does this knowledge come? What assumptions shape it? And whose interests does it serve? These questions matter even more today. Algorithms and AI systems are often described as neutral or objective, but they are trained on existing data, designed within institutions, and shaped by earlier decisions. Automation does not remove perspective. It often hides it. Claims of neutrality are becoming more powerful, not less. Neutrality is not something knowledge simply has or lacks. It is something we should examine. To question neutrality is not to undermine knowledge, but to understand how authority is constructed. Until next time, keep reading the world.